Now I will say what this new beginning is for the Nation of Islam. I know you're concerned. And you're curious. Well, I'm going to give you a picture and then I will explain. In the Quran, it says, I created you from a tiny life germ. And then you became a clot. And then you became an embryo. And then you became a fetus. And then I brought you forth from your mother's womb, complete, yet incomplete. Now, all along that journey, we as human beings are evolving, going to stage after stage on our journey to become complete human beings. Now, when you mature to be a grown-up man or woman, are you yet complete, or do you yet have a distance to go to complete your real journey, which is the journey of life itself? What is that journey? The Quran keeps telling us about those who deny the meeting with God. You know, our journey is from a tiny life germ to become one with our Creator. This is why the man Jesus in the Bible is so great a human, because in his journey, though he lived a short time, he accomplished something that some of us can live 100 years and never accomplish. He accomplished oneness with God. So when the disciples and he were together, they said, when will we see the Father? And he said, have I been among you all this long and you have not seen him? He said, when you see me, you see the Father. For I am in the Father, and the Father is in me. Me and my Father are one. It is the same with Prophet Muhammad. He was, according to the history, the most obedient to the will of God. That's how you attain oneness with God. Now, God cannot give you the secret of nature unless you please him to that degree that he can open up the secret of nature for us. There are many preachers, teachers, sheikhs, mullahs, scholars. We read our Bible, we read our Quran, and we say, the Lord spoke to me last night. And we ask, what did he say? Well, it doesn't mean he didn't. But it does mean that if he communicated with you, the world has a right to know, what did he say? Then don't say what Moses said. No, tell us what he said to you last night. And if he didn't say something new, if he didn't reveal to you something that was not known before, then maybe you need to stop saying what you can't prove. See, the musicians played Bach, they played, and they will play something of Beethoven. But when you play something written by somebody else, you may know the notes. Listen good now. You may know the notes And you may play the notes, but you can't get out of it what is in it because you're not in tune with him who wrote it. So when you want to play the composition of one who wrote something, the thing we need to do is, what was his state of mind when he wrote this? What were the circumstances of his life when this came from him? So with God, many of us read his books, hear his words, and we call ourselves interpreters. But no one can interpret the word of God properly if our hearts are not in tune with him and his will. So something has happened in America. We have churches, we have mosques, we have synagogues, but the streets are filled with crime, violence, the abuse of women and children, right outside the church, right outside the mosque. If our religion is only for the walls and the people within them, then we have failed. I say this because we have spent money to make a beautiful building, but that is not what God is interested in. If we don't make beautiful people to come in and out of that building doing the will and the work of God, then all of this means nothing. Now, to those who are here from different religions and different races, I'd like to say something to you about black people, if you don't mind. You know, our people are in a very, very bad condition. And I don't care how many cars we drive or homes we have or money we have, the condition of our people is really an indictment against the leadership. Now this, just hear me. Because if we really are in tune with the prophets and their writings, the religion should never lose its power to transform. In the book of Revelations, as well as in the book of Isaiah, Isaiah says, there will be a new heaven and a new earth, and the former things will pass away. In the book of Revelations, a man is talking, a man. He says, behold, I make all things new. I'm coming to the new beginning. Now that's a heck of a statement. Behold, I, personal pronoun, make, not some things, all things new. Then he says, there'll be a new heaven and a new earth, and the former things will pass away. Okay, well, we're lined up then to see big change. Big change. If you notice, change is the theme. in the race for the presidency. Change. And that theme, regardless who says it, is resonating with the people. Because deep down in the hearts of the people, they are totally, thoroughly dissatisfied with government, and they are seeking real change. But the change that will feed our hearts is not necessarily a political change. The change that will feed our souls is that which is on the scene or coming on the scene today. It is a universal change. Question: where do we fit? If he's going to make all things new, does that mean Judaism will be made new? Christianity will be made new? Islam will be made new? We will be made new? What does it mean, all things? That's everything. So God is dissatisfied with everything. Will there be new government, new constitution? Uh-oh. Will there be new people in power? Uh-oh. Will that be you? Will that be me? Will that be him? Will that be her? We don't know. But we know this: change is absolutely necessary. Now, yes, there'll be a new heaven and a new earth. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad said that's both spiritual and physical, real. The sun is dying. Moon is dying. They're planets. They have a life span. We won't be here. Don't worry about it. So the change in the heavens, you don't have to worry about that one. Neither your children, nor your children's children, nor your children. That will take place, but we won't be here. But the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said that the change that it's talking about is a change in the spiritual rulership and a change in the political rulership. Now I want to say this. Paul said, we war not against flesh and blood, but against what? Principalities and powers and the rulers of the darkness of this world and spiritual wickedness that's up in where? Can you say it again? Thank you. Boy. Now, what ruler wants to be changed? People in power want to hold on to power, and they will lie, they will steal, and they will kill to hold on to power. That is why most political leaders walk on red carpets. Red for the blood that was shed to put them in power. Red for the blood that is shed to keep them in power.
The informative information presented in this video is motivational and is positively aimed at inspiring, educating and entertaining the viewers with the cutting edge of critical reasoning. If you enjoy the contents on the Black Radar YouTube channel, please consider subscribing to show your support.